Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Undocumented Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is, well, for everyone really, this is a special type of video. It's an off-the-cuff video before we begin, so I'm going to record and upload. There is no fancy editing, you won't see my intro at the beginning, nothing like that. But this is a video for everyone, like I said. I was meant to do this type of video months ago, and then it didn't happen. Then I was going to do it again, it didn't happen. Didn't have the time, and everything else that was going on just delayed me from doing it. But I said to you this week, I'm going to get it done. So here it is. It's my favourite terrain pieces that I've made. Okay, and I've made a lot on the channel. I made a hell of a lot. And there were still some, you know, that I didn't bring down. Like that pile there, for example. There were some amazing pieces in there. But I didn't bring them down because I think if I was going to start bringing things down, I'm going to have the whole table be filled, the whole workshop be filled, and I'll be just walking around the whole workshop showing you everything. Because everything I build, I really like. But these pieces that I've got here, and there's probably there's a few come to mind now that I've missed. That I've missed where I've put them, that I'll talk about when I come to it. That should be here as well. But I'm going to bring down and show you them all. But these, I've narrowed down to these pieces. So I'm going to show you them and talk you through them and tell you why they're my favourite and what makes them so special to me. Honourable notes before I start. The graveyard that I built isn't here. That's over there somewhere. I can't remember exactly where it is. But that should be here as well, because that's actually an amazing piece. Or the Undocumented Terrain that I made, they're very simple with the bottle lids. I didn't bring that here, that's somewhere. But again, that's, you know, I do like those, but they're honourable mentions. I'm going to bring down and show you these pieces, talk you through why I like them so much. So guys, sit back, relax, enjoy, and I'll see you in a second. Right, I'm going to start with these tiles. Now there is 9 of them, I do believe. I like all of them, okay? I like them all for different reasons. But, like for example, this one, I like all the walkways through and the cover that you get. And if you've got an enemy coming in here and you're hiding here, you've got cover, and I like that. But then I like these types of one because you've got ways in, you've got walkways, you've got defensive positions, you've got bits on top that you can put walkways off of. Now, in the last battle report, we used 4 of these tiles, one in each corner, to give us the battlefield. And I think they work perfectly like that. They work perfectly if you have all lined up to make, you know, a gaming table. They're absolutely brilliant. With the big build that's over the back there, that I'm not going to get out because it's too much of a bollock to get out. We've done the first couple of battle reports on that one. It's 33 inches by 31 inches or something like that. The only problem with that piece is I should have cut it into 2 separate pieces, but, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, I love this piece. This is the recreating of the plastic terrain. Here's what is recreating one of these. Yeah, I went a little bit over the top, I think, when doing it. But that's it there. It's absolutely, there's all walkways underneath, there's platforms on top, defensive business, actually brilliant. We've got this one here. Now this is very simple. This is a €3 toy that I just broke apart, remade as a burnt building, and it's very simple, but I actually really like it. You've got pieces like this lovely scattering. Just a simple wall, pile of blocks behind, a bit of, I think that's 10mm stained glass on top, I think that is. But it's just, again, very, very simple. You're blocking line of sight, you've got cover, you still shoot over that, but you've got cover, you've got, you have to bring tanks around, you can't bring tanks over. It's very nice, very easy. But I do like these guys as well. When I say these guys, the ruined buildings made out of empty cat food boxes, I've also got ones that are on their own, sitting around on their own. Let's get one down actually. That's one here, look. It's covered in cobwebs. But anyway, I love that. It's very, very simple, very easy. also, let's move on. Let's move a bit further forward. A hill, very easy. These are one of the, I've got loads of different designs of hills, but these are one of the very first pieces of terrain that I made for the channel. I didn't record making them. I think I did do a video recording making them, but it's way back at the beginning. But this is where I first discovered the underspray, which is the squirty bottle with some black paint, some blue ink, whatever you want to put into it, some water, some PVA glue, and you give the sensitive materials a spray down, and it's basically an undercoat. And then when it's dry, you just give it a dry brush, tidy up. That's why it's different colour of like purpley, blacky, browny colour. With then just a quick grey screaming skull dry brush. But it's a 2-tier heel. Now I've got loads of heels. I've even got ones that are straight edge heels. What that is where I've cut the polystyrene. Instead of beveling all the edges, I left one edge straight, perfectly straight, because I took it from the edge of the polystyrene sheet. So it literally sits on the edge of the table. Yeah, anywhere where the edge of the table is going to be, it sits there. Now this one, this is an absolute monster of a piece of terrain. Yeah, very simple, very easy. And this corrugated iron stuff is actually, it's a cardboard. Corrugated card. I just pulled it apart and just glued bits down and just painted rust effects on it. To get the bricks, what I did is I took an egg carton, the flat top part of the egg carton, and cut the bricks, glued them on, because one side's flat, the other side's rough. And then what I done is put a filler on around the edge, and then just done it up to the bricks. So it looks like the bricks are exposed. But again, it's absolutely fantastic. There are different ways to come through, different ways to shoot. You've got ways of hiding in there. You've got, you know, I actually think when I built it, I put a space marine on here to model it, to see the scale size of it. But you've got all of this space up here to put, you know, Devastator Squad or Renegade Squad, or, you know, Havocs, or any, you know, Dark Reapers, or anything you want heavy weapon wise. You could even have Undocumented Terrain, you know, the gun batteries up here, some down the bottom here shooting out the bottom. You know, very simple, very easy. This is one of the pieces that's not documented. Okay, but I actually really like that. Of course, I should have an honourable mention. Plastic terrain is always fantastic. Even if you make the terrain yourself out of the ring pulls, which I've already done on the channel. But this is the one that I really love. Now again, the graveyard that I made was absolutely fantastic. Those of you that have been to the channel long enough will remember the graveyard. You'll know what I'm talking about. Those that haven't, scroll down. You'll find it in the unique terrain builds. Absolutely very easy, very simple. But this piece uses not only polystyrene, stacked grass, but also plastic materials. So these spiked pieces here are actually from a Chaos Space Marine Rhino kit. Yeah. Again, there's plastic skeletons there, make bronze statues for the doorway. We've got the Fallen Monument. Now, a lot of you haven't seen this because I built this off camera and never documented this. But it's absolutely very simple. The Fallen Shrine, just very simple. Again, all of these spiky bits are from the Chaos Space Marine Rhino kit. Because back in the day, the price of a Space Marine Rhino was the same price as a Chaos Space Marine Rhino. I think they were like, I think when I got it, it was like 20 quid, I think. So, was it 20 quid? No, it wasn't actually. The Space Marine Rhino I used in the battle reports is that Chaos Space Marine Rhino. The only difference is all of these spiky bits that add onto the kit. Now it's a little bit different, but I think it was it 10 quid or 15 quid or something like that. But anyway, and to get this clump foliage, to get this like moss effect, what I do is put PVA glue on there. I get clump foliage and I just roll it into balls and put it on there. And then when that's dry, I give it a spray down with some watered down PVA glue. And all of these pieces were sealed with watered down PVA glue. Yeah, this piece, this piece, this piece, that piece over the back there. And then what I do is I get a little bit of 2mm, 5mm, 2mm or 3mm stacked grass and just sprinkle it over. So you have, let's get close so you can see where focus is. Focus for me. Focus. It's not going to focus now. There is actually, if we're getting close enough, you can see there's bits of stacked grass hanging off with the clump foliage. Yeah. And here with the stacked grass, I do different types of stacked grass. So there's, see the big lump there and the big lump there? That's actually clump foliage. And then I put the stacked grass over the top. Now you can see the stray bits of stacked grass where I spray it down with the watered down PVA glue to seal it all. When I put the grass on and bits have strayed off, when I spray it down, that seals it there. So it gives you this random effect of bits of grass everywhere. But yeah, that's the same as this piece here. That's a random piece that just fell down and just sprayed on. So that I'm narrowing down to those. But like I said, there's a lot of things that I didn't bring down. The graveyard, absolutely fantastic build. You got the crystalline structures, which is basically like a rocky formation with crystals coming out of it. Again, if you haven't seen that, go and check it out because it's absolutely, you know, very easy to make, very simple, and it looks fantastic. The monuments, where I've got an old plastic model, and I've stripped it of paint in white spirit. But what's happened is it's been there too long, so all the details have like faded a bit. So then I've made a monument for it to stand on, glued it to it, and then painted it like stone, so it's like weathered stone. Very simple. I love those. The Necron one I made is great, but where it's lead models, they sort of come off a little bit, but the plastic house one I made is actually fantastic. What else am I thinking? The giant mushrooms. You ever seen the giant mushrooms? Go and check that video out. The only problem I had with the giant mushrooms, they're very simple to make, very easy to make, and they look fantastic. There's two problems I had with the giant mushrooms. I'll show you one actually. There's two problems I had with giant mushrooms. The first one is I didn't have an airbrush at the time. An airbrush would have done wonders on it. The second thing is I started painting it and realised it looks a bit like a phallus, penis. So I need to, well, I thought I need to be careful here because I don't want to paint it a certain way and YouTube goes, oh, that's quite rude, you cut me out, and they stop the video. So, but here, it's giant mushroom. As you can see, I've gone silly colours, yeah. I didn't have an airbrush at the time, but I've gone silly colours so it doesn't get banned. But as you can see, it's actually got ash from the fire on the base there. I mean, you could easily have these mushrooms. Let's put it down here, you can't even see. You know, to make a forest of giant mushrooms, impassable terrain, or if your unit moves through, it takes damage or whatever. Again, that's absolutely fantastic. If you haven't seen them how to make those, go and check them out. Very, very easy. Excuse me. Excuse me. Very, very easy. Very simple to make. It's just I had to be very careful with the paint scheme. That's why it looks a bit silly. Only because I didn't want the video to be banned by YouTube because no, that's not allowed. But anyway, if there's anything I've missed off, that's your favourite terrain piece that I've made from all the ones that I've shown, not just here but videos that I've put up, so comment below on this video. Say, what about this one? I really like this one because of X, Y, Z. You know, let's start a conversation about it. But yeah, I hope you like some of these. I think two of these pieces have not been shown on the camera before. So another honourable mention actually is the mountain shrines. So where I make a mountainous terrain, I put a shrine on top. I did one on camera, but I've done another two before that off camera, which I think on the video where I make that one on camera, yeah, I'll show you the other two as well. The Insane Wizard's Tower, another amazing piece that I built. I mean, there's so many crazy things, but you know, you just chunk a comment below, just let me know, you know, if I've made something that you really like. or even if you like one of these pieces, just check on below and let me know. Guys, finally got this video done for you guys. I would have liked to have more on the table as a whole, just craziness to show you, but there is too much, and I wouldn't be able to narrow it down just a table full, unfortunately. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel grow in a big way. Turn your notifications on as well, so you don't miss any videos I do. For all my regulars here, guys, I feel love. Thank you very much. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.